units. So this is Scilab software. It is freely downloadable. So it is Scilab. So instead of MATLAB, I am using Scilab. So those who have laptop or PC, you can download this software anywhere. It is almost works similar to MATLAB. So it's an open source. So it is freely downloadable. So this you can download anywhere. So I think now you don't require any instruction regarding installation. I think every small child know how to install. So this in short, it is Scilab means it's a scientific laboratory. So MATLAB means it's a matrix laboratory. So both MATLAB or Scilab works on the term called matrix. So or in other words, it is called vector. So anything you enter in a Scilab or a MATLAB, it takes it as a vector. So but in similar to this, you already studied C programming or C++ or any programming. There it is works on character or an individual element. But here everything is treated as a matrix or a vector. So that is the very important. So it is called scientific laboratory or matrix laboratory for MATLAB. I'm not going in detail about any introduction about Scilab, but I'll explain only how to use this for Scilab for solving a system of equations, or how to find eigenvalues, or so how to what we say is how to find LU factorization or how to diagonalize. So we will concentrate only on that first unit topics. So for the AAT purpose, these are the questions you will get. So solve system AX is equal to B. So this is the first question. Second question is find LU decomposition of A. So LU decomposition of A. Third one is find eigenvalues and eigenvectors of A. Eigenvalues and vectors of A. Then fourth one is Gauss-Seidel method. Okay. So fifth one is to find rank. So reducing to echelon form. And so these are the only five different questions. So LU factorization, eigenvalues and eigenvector, Gauss-Seidel, so rank and echelon form, and how to solve AX is equal to B. So we'll concentrate only on these topics. Now, so first thing is, since I said Scilab is a scientific laboratory, anything you enter in Scilab, so it takes it as a matrix. So anything you enter, so how we write matrix is, let us take example 1. So some 3 cross 3 matrix, 4, 5, 6, minus 1, 2, 4. So suppose this is a matrix. So how to enter this matrix in Scilab? Before that, how to enter, let me give brief introduction about this screen. So you check that. So there are totally 1, 2, 3, 4 parts in this screen. So this first part, you already know this. You observe that many files and folders are here. So this is this part of the screen is called document browser. So it is a browser where you can access all your files. And the second one is here. You check that this screen, small part of this screen is variable browser. So that means anything you enter in Scilab will store as a variable here. So this is a variable storage. It is like a memory. And the next small part of the screen is command history. That means whatever you do in Scilab, that will be stored. So whatever you entered, that lines will be stored. Not the values, enter that command will be stored. That is the command history. And but main part of the Scilab is this big screen. So the big part of the screen, middle one. So that is called console. So or in MATLAB it is called workspace. In Scilab it is called console. Console means it's a calculator. So our workspace is nothing but a calculator. So where all your calculations or manipulations will be taken place. So this is the art of the Scilab or So in MATLAB is the workspace. So that means all these commands, whatever in command history is entered in console. So apart from console, there is a one more part. So it's called, so this I think that corner. So you just place cursor, you check that synodes. So synodes. So here it is a synodes. So this is the another one. So if I click on that, so it will open the separate window. So this is the synodes where you can write. So what is the difference between console and synodes is synodes and console. So console here, so one line will execute at a time. So it is only one line will execute at a time or one command at a time. But synodes, you can write more than one command or more than one lines or more than one line syntax. You execute all the lines at a time. So that is the difference. It is like you are writing a C program and save it, then execute. That is synodes. But here you write one line of the C program, then execute, check whether that line works or not. That is console. Console, only one line will execute. Synodes, the entire the command or program will execute. So that is the brief introduction about the different windows in that Scilab software. So but let us concentrate only on console. I am not going detail about synodes. So console, how to do the matrix operations. So first thing is how to enter a matrix. Suppose I want to enter this matrix. So matrix, you check that. So it is 1, 2, 3 is the first row, 4, 5, 6 is second row, minus 1, 2, 3 is the second. So you just enter in same form, but while entering Scilab or MATLAB, you must remember this. To separate the columns, you give space. To separate columns, you give space. Space is nothing but column separation. You separate columns. Then to separate rows, you give semicolon. So it is a row separation. To separate rows, you give semicolon. To separate space, columns, you give space. That means, so how to enter that matrix? So we always give a names to the matrix. Say I have given A is equal to. That means, so that whatever I am entering towards right of that equal sign will be stored in place of it. So the A is the name. So names are given left hand side, and after equals, whatever the values you enter, that will store in place of that name. For example, let us take A is equal to, I'll give 2, 4, 6. So I check that I've given 2 space 4 space 6. So that means 2 is the first column, 4 is the second column, 6 is the third column. Then I want to separate the rows. Then I'll give semicolon. So that is 2, 4, 6 is the first row. So then I'll give second row. 4, let us give 7, 9. So I've given 4 to space 7 space 9. That is the second row. So then I'll separate the rows. Then 1, 0, 2. This is the third row. Then close the bracket. Within a square bracket, you enter. This matrix is entered like this: 1 space 2 space 3 semicolon 4 5 6 semicolon minus 1 2 3 space. So you end with the parenthesis or square bracket, then it will store that matrix. So now you check that if I press equals, so enter, so I'll get the matrix 2 4 6 4 7 9 1 0 2 is the matrix I entered. So this is the matrix given. So it is taken. So the column separation wherever I given space, and row separation wherever I given semicolon. So now this is the matrix. So suppose I don't want to display this matrix. So what is the important is, now we check nothing is stored here, but something is stored here. We check that I have entered A is a 3 cross 3 matrix, which is a double type. In C programming, you require to specify the type, data type, whether it is an integer, character, or float, so or double, and so on. But here it always takes a default and it stores as a matrix. Default is double here. So the values are stored there. See, if I click here, this is the matrix. See, entire Scilab is like this. Whatever you enter, it stores in a matrix. So only it is called scientific laboratory. So same thing with the MATLAB. So everything is stored here. Now whatever the values I entered is stored it as an Excel sheet. So it is a table. So it is a 3 rows and 3 columns, 3 cross 3 matrix. So therefore, so accessing any position is very easy. So here you can access any position. It is a very easy. So for and next important thing is, I don't want to display this output. I want only to store these values. So in that case, you check that if I use up arrow, the previous command will show. So if you use up arrow in your PC, so the previous command will be shown. So otherwise you need to enter complete command. So if you use up arrow, previous command will shown. So now I give, instead of, I don't want to display this output, so I give one semicolon. If I give semicolon, that the previous one output is shown, but now it won't show output. So if you press enter, you check that it is only stored there. It is not showing any output. So therefore, whenever you want that A, so I can call that A. So now I want A, so I enter. So it will show that matrix. So similarly, suppose let me enter one more matrix. So now I take B is equal to, let us take column matrix. B is equal to, so 10, 15, 20. So I want to enter this column matrix. So how to enter this column matrix? I want, so 3 rows, 1 column. So how to enter this? So I can do it in 2 ways. One is you just enter this as a row, then take a transpose, or you enter 10 colon 15 colon so 20. So you can do in both ways. So but let us use transpose operation. You check that I'll enter it as 10 space 15 space 20. So this is the, now if I press enter, it is a row matrix, but I want to convert it into column. So I'll take it as a transpose. So I'll use B transpose. So B transpose. So B transpose. So the colon. So B colon single colon is called B transpose. So it will give the column matrix. So it is given column matrix. Now I have both A and B. I'll store C is equal to B colon. So to do some manipulation. So C is stored. Now you check. So here, so C is stored. Answer, that means, so here I executed this B dash without giving any equal sign. So therefore it will store it as answer. Default name for that, if I am not given any equal sign, then default name for result is answer. So it will store that in that answer. So better always give some names to the required results. So and A is stored, B is stored, C is stored. You check that. So A is a 3 cross 3 matrix, but B, C and answer are just a column matrix, or sorry, row matrices or column matrices. So it is showing only values. So it is just 3 values. The order is, so either it is 1 cross 3 or 3 cross 1. So it is showing only values. Now let us concentrate on first one. So how to solve this system of equations. Now I have given A, also B. How to solve this system? So to solve this system, so before solving, suppose the complete screen is, now it is filled. So I want to enter next line. So to get results, so I want to cancel this the previous the values or the results I entered in the calculations I entered in the console. So to clear that, you can use this command CLC, clear screen. So CLC, you just use CLC, so it will clear the entire the console. So if you use clear, it will clear both console and variable browser. So if you use CLC, you check. So if you use CLC, so it will clear console. If you use clear, it will clear the variable browser also. So it is cleared variable browser also. So now, so nothing is stored. We need to enter from the beginning. But you check that whatever we entered today, so they are here. So whatever the comments we use today, so they are here. So you can use this copy paste there. You can use that. But let us give a new matrix. I'll use first how to solve a system of equation. Let us take A is equal to, so 1, 10, something 2. So I'm taking random example 4, 6, 9, and 4, 0, minus 1. So this is the matrix A I have stored. And matrix B right hand side, I'll take it as B is equal to, so 10, so I'll use direct colon, 15, colon 20. I use column matrix. So this is A. Now A is equal to B. I want to solve AX is equal to B. So now I want to find X. How to find this X? So there are different methods. So you know that we can use LU decomposition, Gauss seidel, Gauss elimination, and there are different methods. But in Scilab or MATLAB there are inbuilt commands. So one of the inbuilt command is, so I know that AX is equal to B. So what is so how to solve, if I don't know any method, how to find X? So you just solve for X. So So I can write it as x is equal to
B by A.
B by A. That means x is equal to A inverse
B.
B. So this is the simple command, right? So let us try to use that. So now I'll find x. X is equal to, what is x? Inverse. So INV is the command, inverse of A. It will give inverse star B. So B I have given capital B. So it is not case sensitive, but you must use the respective the letters for the variables. If you are given the small b's, then use small b. If you are given capital B, then use capital B. Now use same as that. X is equal to A inverse B. So now you check, we'll get the required solution. So it is giving the expected. So this is the first way of doing. So finding this solution. But what is the difficulty here? Finding a inverse. Suppose determinant is 0, then inverse does not exist. Then it will give error. So because finding a inverse is the very costliest operation. So any software finding inverse is the cost. It is a more space consuming. Also it is a it is a costliest operation. So we call it. So now what? I don't want to use inverse. Is there any other method? So there is another operation here. So we can use this also. You can use, instead of inverse, you can use this also. A backslash B. So backslash is called pseudo inverse operator. Instead of finding inverse, I'll use Gauss elimination. That is called, the A backslash is called Gauss elimination technique. You check that. I can use x is equal to A backslash B. This also will give same answer. So that is the another way of finding the solution. A backslash B. So that also gives solution. There is another one in this. We can solve, like how we solve system of the equations. We can use one more operation. So that is called x is equal to, it is called linear solve, lin solve. Everything is small letter, lin solve A comma B. You can use this also. So lin solve A comma B. If I use that also, I'll get same answer. You check that x is equal to lin solve of A comma B. So that will give the solution to the required given system of equations. So this is the first way of doing. But
science
yes,
science
science.
minus 4.7.
So because this system is having a more than one solution. So that is the problem. So system is having more than one solution. So this also is solution, this also is solution. So why it is? Because let us check how to check whether this system is consistent or not. Second one is how to check the system is consistent or not. So to check consistent, what is required? How to check given system is consistent or not?
Rank of a matrix.
Yes, you determine the rank. So how to find rank? So to find rank, the command is just as one line command. So I have already entered matrix A. So just give rank of A. So rank of A. This is the required syntax. If I type rank of that matrix within parenthesis, so every inbuilt command is a small one. So rank, rank is, R must be small. Rank of A. So rank of A is, you check the rank of A is 3. So now how to reduce this into echelon form? A into echelon form, syntax is RREF. RREF of that matrix. RREF of A. So to reduce any matrix into echelon form is RREF, row reduced echelon form of A. So that will give, so if I press enter here, so it will give the echelon form. So it is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So it is reduced into echelon form, but in more than echelon form, it is a normal form. I already mentioned what is a normal form. Both above the principal diagonal and below the principal diagonals are zeros. That is called normal form. So in inbuilt one is normal form instead of echelon form. So that is the first one. Now how to write the augmented matrix? So A colon B. How to write augmented matrix? So it is a concatenation. So in Scilab it is a direct concatenation. So I can use directly this. So let's say C is equal to, I want to merge A and B. So capital A and capital B. So within square bracket. So but very important is number of columns, number of rows here and number of columns here must be same. Then only concatenation is possible. So number of rows and number of columns here and number of rows must be same. Or order must be same. So that is, here you check that A is 3 cross 3 matrix. So the B is 3 cross 1 matrix. So these two are same, then only concatenation is possible. So it is same condition for multiplication also. So now if I press equals, you check that last row is added, one row is added. So last column is added, not row. So B is given, B is 10, 15, 20. So B is added here. So now we can check what is the rank of this. So I can use rank of, so let me reduce echelon form RREF of this C, the new matrix I generated. So that is this C. It must have a unique solution. I think the signs are changed. I don't know what is the region in Linsol, signs are changed. Linsol, that is signs are changed. But you check that solution is, this is x into 1 is equal to 4.76, y into 1 is equal to 0.78092, and z into 1 is minus 0.9248. So this is the required solution. But I think there is a problem with that Linsol. Why it is taking signs opposite. Still, because we know that if x is a solution, so definitely minus x is also a solution. X is a solution, minus x is also a solution. Only minus of this is given there. Yes, now next one is waiting. So next is how to find LU decomposition. So LU decomposition, how to find L and U of any given matrix. For that syntax is to check that I want two outputs. One is L, other one is U. Two outputs. So how to find L and U of any given matrix is, syntax is just you give like this. So capital L, capital U. So why I have given, so L and U is I want two outputs. Whatever you are giving left hand side is called output. Right hand side is called input. So therefore, so within a square bracket L comma U means I want values for L and U. That is the meaning. Is equal to, so syntax is LU of that matrix A. I am finding LU decomposition of A. I want L as one output and U as other output. So LU is the syntax, inbuilt command. So first equals, you just check, we'll get L and U. But very important observation is L is not lower triangular matrix. So U is upper triangular matrix, but L is not lower triangular matrix. Because here the algorithm used to find LU is different. So whatever the algorithm I explained in class is different. So how to get that is using this syntax. You just give one more output. So L, U, P. So here why I am using P is, so we are not interchanging rows, but in the inbuilt algorithm, so this L and U is given by interchanging rows. So therefore, so interchanging of rows will be taken care by this new matrix P. It is also called as permutation matrix. So is equal to, so LU of A. So now it will give, so three matrices. You check three outputs. One is P. P is a permutation matrix. U is a upper triangular matrix, and L is a lower triangular matrix. So LU P is equal to LU of A is the, so syntax required to find LU decomposition. The next one is how to find eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Eigenvalues and eigenvectors is, so syntax is, so it is that everything is same, but it is a syntax is SPEC. It is called pencils or eigenvectors. So SPEC is the required syntax. So just give SPEC of A. So how many outputs I want? I want eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So I want two outputs. So just give like this, E space V within a square bracket is equal to SPEC of it. So that will give eigenvalues. You can check that E is the diagonal matrix, V is the this non-singular matrix. V is same as your modal matrix and E is the diagonal matrix. So therefore you can use directly this is the program to find a diagonal matrix. And then so this is the required, but So how to solve this LUX is equal to B? So LUX is equal to B is, you check that how you do is, we write Ly is equal to B, you solve for y is nothing but, by Scilab we can write L backslash B, and x is nothing but, so it is U backslash y. So this is how we use. So just find L and U of any given matrix Ax is equal to B. Then you solve first y is equal to L backslash B, x is equal to U backslash y. So this will give y and this will give x. So that is the required solution. Let me end with this. So I'll just determine what are the eigenvalues of this matrix. I'll use same example. SP is C of that matrix A. So I've given two outputs, one is E, other one is B. So I'm finding eigenvalues and eigenvectors of this A. We check that will give the matrix. It is given in matrix form. So three columns it is giving. So because eigenvectors are in complex form, so it is giving three columns. So eigenvalues also in complex form. So it is the number is big, so it is giving in columns. So these are the eigenvectors and these are the eigenvalues. Yes, this is the eigenvalue. Check that diagonal elements. They are diagonal elements. So this is 12 minus 3 point something, and this is minus 3 point something. It is on a diagonal position, and these are the eigenvectors. Yes. So this is how we find eigenvalues and eigenvectors. But I'll leave one program is I want you to consider. This I want you to try yourself. That requires the looping. So that requires looping. You try. If you won't get, I'll explain that. Because others waiting. I'll explain how to find eigenvalues, eigenvectors, how to find LU decomposition, how to solve given system of equation using the Gauss elimination. So Gauss seidel, you try yourself. But we'll continue next class.